Hello, everybody. I have prepared a very detailed introduction, which I shall now read. Football, podcast, intrigue, Germans, Spaniards, Vinicius, profit, loss, Warnock, titles, help, statues. Let's go!
It's the Born Offside Premier League preview show with Dave and Jason. If I had a chance, I'd choose not to listen to this. You have a chance, don't you? Anyway, it's your business.
Hello, ladies and gentle spoons. Welcome to another edition of Born Offside, the Born Offside podcast. It's raining.
What, in Australia?
In Australia, it's raining. Would you believe it? Yeah, it's the absolute truth.
It doesn't rain in Australia.
I swear, it's raining. It's raining right here. I can see it. It's droplets of a very dense
frogs. Is it raining frogs? I should imagine frogs fall out of the sky.
Well, they're invisible then. They're invisible frogs. Not visible because they're obviously visible, but very weird, kind of translucent-looking frogs. Then that's what
Are they even called frogs? Are they not called fuzzwallers or something like that?
No, these ones are actually called raindrops.
Oh.
Anyway, yes, they're bizarre frogs. I'll tell you that much. Mate, it's the Premier League. It's all happening and everything, and it is going to be one heck of a weekend. And I can't wait to get our teeth stuck right into this one this weekend because it really is going to be something that's absolutely fantastic. But mate, before we do, there's something we're just. I think we should just brush over. At least not brush over, but go over a little bit the tragic events that happened just recently in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro, to Flamengo, one of the biggest, if not the biggest, footballing club team in Brazil. It's a terrible tragedy that has unfortunately taken the lives of 10 of the team's youth players. It looks like it's a little bit unconfirmed at the moment, but it looks like it was a fire that started in one of the air conditioning units that were there, and it's been a very, very tragic event. And of course, all of our thoughts go out to everybody who's over there. Family and friends and everybody who's connected to that as well. So it's not a very nice situation, and it's something that we would like to obviously pass our condolences on through. Right, but yes, on with the Premier League, and mate, it's something that's really quite an unbelievable time for us here for everybody at the Premier League and everyone who's been paying attention to the Premier League this season, because it's reaching a very interesting point now, a point whereby it's almost like it's like a furor. It's people are just starting to get more and more hyped up and zooped up and souped up about this Premier League title, and we've got a title race on. We've got Manchester City. We've got Manchester City, and we've got Liverpool, the two main contenders, and we've got a little sort of small little. Hello,
no.
No. Yeah, stop it. No, not me, not us. No. We don't want. But you know what? If you guys both slip up a lot, then we'll take it. We'll take it.
Mate, don't get me wrong. I would not say no to a Premier League title. It's not as if someone said, "Oh, and out the back, I've got a Premier League title. If you want that, you want that.
You want that as well, like for dessert. I mean, you don't have to.
If no one else wants it, I'll have it. Yeah.
All right. We had this. We had Liverpool. We had Man City, and we offered it to them throughout the season, but they've just got to the end of the season. They've decided, you know what? We don't want it. We've had too much. It's too stressful owning one of those things, one of those Premier League cups. There's a lot of stress involved, and the pressures.
Next year's kit design and the gold badge on the sleeve just doesn't go with red.
No.
Red and gold. Ooh, yuck, horrible.
No, it just doesn't work at all. And
white,
Man City
lovely.
players are going, look, we've won it a couple of times already, and I'd rather conserve my energy for the World Cup in 2022. It's it's something that we just don't want it anymore. Is it anyone else? Anyone else want to take
Well,
it?
in that case, mate, I'll have it. I'll take it. I'll take it
All right,
off your hands.
mate. It's quite a burden, but thank you
You're welcome.
very much. Thanks, mate. Man City. Let's start straight away with the big one, shall we? The big one of the week. The big one of the weekend, the thigh rubber of them all. Manchester City versus Chelsea. Mate, De Bruyne's back. Surely this match, when you see the kind of form and when you see the everything that's been happening with Manchester City over the last 10 odd games, people have been saying that they've obviously let it all slip up and everything, but they were 10 odd points behind at Christmas. We're now in February, just into February as well. It's just been a month or so, and we're back. Man City are back level with Liverpool. So the stats say it all. Manchester City are bang in form, and Liverpool are not. Are they going into this period?
Yeah, I mean, they're going through a horrible, horrible moment of form, Liverpool. I mean, they've lost one game in the last whole of the bloody season. Oh, mate, you're frozen. I was doing a funny bit about Liverpool and about how it's not really a problem. I'll keep talking in the hope that Jason defreezes. He's frozen pretty hard there. I'm going to pause the recording. Hang on a sec. Hang on. Ah! Hello, we're back. We had a technical issue whereby Jason disconnected a wire from a phone, and I was making a deeply cynical and I thought quite amusing part about how Liverpool are not in that bad a form because they've only lost one game all year, and it's 2 draws, and people shouldn't panic all that much. I do get what you're saying, though, that they haven't. I don't know. I don't think Liverpool played all that well all year. Have they?
Yes, in a strange way, you're right.
The PSG game, and then when they clobbered Arsenal over Christmas, those 2 games they played very well, but they've been weirdly in their shells a little bit. Maybe now is the time we're all expecting them to explode. I know. I think we're a long, long way from this being over, but the fear must be for everybody is that we all know that Manchester City are very capable of winning 25 games in a row.
Yeah.
And scoring somewhere in the region of 300 goals in that space of time. So I think that's what the fear comes from. I think if it wasn't that City team they were up against, people would say, oh, Liverpool are still in a good position. They're really on form. But isn't it incredible? Liverpool have what? They've lost once and drawn, am I right, 4? Something like that.
Altogether? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Can you imagine having that record and being not top of the Premier League table? All right, you're only second on goal difference. You do have a game in hand, but it's fairly nuts. The pace at which they've both gone off at is impressive. My long rambling point is that I think Liverpool will be okay. And this weekend, mate, I know you started this with a Chelsea-Manchester City point, but this weekend, Liverpool have the perfect game because Bournemouth are just the kind of team that a top team likes to play in this situation because they'll let you play your football, won't they?
Yes.
So I think Bournemouth is a very good fixture, and I also think City are a lot better than Chelsea, and when everyone's like, oh, they've got Higuain and they know what they're doing now. He's still fat. So
until proven otherwise, he is still fat, and that is it. It's I get what you mean about Bournemouth being there for the taking. I sort of draw back to that. Obviously, the 4-0 drubbing of Chelsea, very quickly followed by exactly what you mentioned, which was, Bournemouth not being able to hold a result together after a big result of their own. They're over that now, and just as they are probably the ideal team for a team like Liverpool going into this kind of match to actually play, they could also very easily be exactly the kind of team that they don't want to be facing at this point in time, who might just be, I don't imagine Eddie Howe to be the kind of person to get too angry, but I would imagine that after last week's defeat, he would have looked at this performance coming up now, and thought, this is a great one just to derail Liverpool, and we don't owe them any favors. Fair enough, they've got a good relationship going on with the Solanke and Klein thing going on and everything, but I think that Bournemouth, if Eddie Howe has got any nuance here on this one, he'll really do everything he can to pick up Bournemouth for this match. It's at Anfield. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very difficult. You can see, you're right, Liverpool running away with this 4-0, but especially with no Brooks coming in for Bournemouth, and no Klein as well, because he's illegible.
Illegible. He cannot be read.
Illegible. Thanks. Yeah, he's illegible. He can't, no matter how many chats.
What does that say? Is this a clinic?
Clinical? Nigel Klein? Nine. Oh, watch it.
Careful.
Solanke, yeah, careful.
He is so lanky.
He is so lanky, and when he gets on the ball, he's like Peter Crouch,
He is a little bit. I mean, Solanke is lanky.
It's more of an appropriate name to his frame.
Mate, appropriately named footballers. That's the thing we should do.
That's the thing we should do, isn't it? Yeah.
Like, for example,
Solanke is lanky. Yeah.
Do you remember Bruce Dyer?
Bruce Dyer.
Bruce Dyer played for Charlton Athletic and I want to say Crystal Palace. And I was once in a pub circa the year 2000, and a very rough London bloke watching the game with me said, Bruce Dyer could be more appropriately named unless he was called Bruce fucking Useless. Like,
oh dear.
So there you go. I've got Dominic Solanke up front with Bruce Dyer. Those are my appropriately named football players.
I like it. Well, you got to be careful then, because Eric Dyer could be in for some stick then, couldn't he? So
that penalty against Chelsea, like.
I mean, I think after the Sergio Ramos tackle, it's kind of like he's got so much credit in the bank that he could probably miss another 17 penalties this season, and it would still be okay.
Depends when he missed them. Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
Isn't it weird that penalty shootout that has been my highlight of 2018, and the most important penalty takers were Mr. Kieran Trippier and Mr. Eric Dyer, and they've both subsequently missed. And quite badly, like not even hit the target, either of them. They've both gone high and wide and very bad. Anyway, let's not get into that. Mate, are you suggesting though that Liverpool, could use some help from Bournemouth? Is that what you're saying?
Could use some help? You mean as in, please roll over and die?
Or just any kind of assistance or help. Is help something you feel Liverpool need?
I think they do. Yes, I think they need all the help that they can possibly.
You're wrong, because Jurgen says he doesn't need any help. Let me read to you from Jurgen Klopp, who said.
It took me a little while to realise where you were going with that. Yeah, shoot.
So Jurgen said, yeah. I still know it. You feel it with the questions you get asked, the messages I get even from my friends. Something obviously changed in their view. I got some message this weekend. Another sign that people think I need help. I don't need help. Thank you very much. I'm fine. Which is...
went a bit Indian at the end there. Thank you very much.
Apologies to our Indian listener. Mate, isn't it? I know
doesn't.
It's weird. Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? Like, I don't need any help. Like, no one offered you any help, Yerks. Like, no one was like...
Okay.
Also, why would a journalist be like, do you need any help? Like, I could.
Do you need some help with that?
I could put cones out, like the cones.
Yeah, if you want. Oh, I thought he was cooking a barbecue, mate. Those sausages. They need to. Do you need some help?
I could put the salad on the plates, and
Yep.
I could give
Salah
his salad.
Hey, give Salah his salad, please. What would you give Gigi? Wijnaldum, yes. You'd give him a punch in the stomach? Is that the kind of thing that he would like at dinner? I don't know.
Mate,
We need to ask him, I guess.
Mate,
Um,
what's up with the Gigi Wijnaldum hating? He's like the only player in their team who didn't used to play for Southampton.
I don't hate him. I don't hate him. And in fact, I wanted more to. I was looking at the name. That's all. A bit of a name.
Gigi.
Gigi. Hey, Gigi. What's going on? Hmm?
Yo, Cheech.
Hello. Mate, get back onto the game very quickly. Speaking of Gigi, there's a chance Gigi is back, and it seems like these things never go unconnected or disconnected. Unconnected. Do they really? It's always not more than coincidence that someone like Wijnaldum suddenly isn't playing, and suddenly Liverpool are kind of faltering a little bit. He's been out for a little while now, and he's possibly back.
I've heard some people say that, and the theory. I have a different theory. My theory is it's not so much about who's missing as it's about who's included. And when Dejan Lovren is playing, you're in trouble.
What, the self-professed best defender in the world?
Well, you can't fault his logic, because I believe his logic was, I played in the Champions League final and the World Cup final in a matter of weeks. Therefore, I must be.
Must be. Yeah. Like, I don't want to say it, but I just help me out here, surely.
And you want to say, hey, Dage, you lost both of those games.
Both those games.
Quite convincingly in the end. Like, I mean, I think on an aggregate of 7-3, like you got turned over, Dage.
Mate, he's Dage. Eat that for breakfast. Trent and Alexander-Arnold and
Mr. Three first names.
Mr. Three first names too. One with double barrelage, just for good measure, just in case. And Jordan Henderson is also possibly back as well. So Liverpool really are looking like they are. they're getting back to almost fullish strength. And of course, the other one that will really be helpful coming into this, and of course, just like you said, there's so much of the Premier League left, was just in February, but the furor is that that we're in May at the moment, and that everyone's just going crazy.
Mate, it's February.
It is. It's February.
Australia is not that far in the future.
Chambermaid is going to be coming back as well, isn't it? There's a lot of talk about. He is, yeah. They're talking about him coming back before the end of the season is out.
That's almost a year he's been gone, isn't it, poor fella?
Yeah, I know. Couldn't have happened to a better chap.
Yeah, no, that's one you genuinely don't like, isn't it? Because he's one of them who jumped ship.
Mate, he bloody went to Arsenal as well first. He's not only gone to the horrible, immature Liverpool team.
He's not the only one to go to Arsenal first, isn't he?
Walcott. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, Chambers as well.
Chambers. Yeah, but he was before Chambers, way before Chambers. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Look, we Southampton keep losing the players to these top 6 teams because we just keep producing these top 6 team players. Now it would just be nice if we kept them. Anyway, another story for another time. You want to start picking my brain as to how pissed off I get about these sort of things later. Mate, I don't know about you. I'm really, really excited. The Man City Chelsea matchup obviously is going to be one heck of a ding dong. But Liverpool go first against Bournemouth on the Saturday. So by the time they've played and they've won, they've put their noses back up in front again. And this really is a horse race, isn't it? It's just nose to nose. It's unbelievable. It's just what the Premier League wanted as well. I think a lot of people were fearing at the beginning of the season that Man City might fly away with this one, and and we've seen Man City, Liverpool, and Chelsea all play extremely well in the first 10 to 12 matches of the season, and now we're seeing a really great title race, a really good.
Yeah, I mean, and I hope it stays a title race, and neither one of them pulls away too far.
Agreed.
I hope it stays there. But I think they'll both win this weekend, and I would say I'm going to go for a Liverpool 4-0. You already said it. I'm going to go for that.
Okay.
And I think City will win 3-1.
3-1, right. Same as what they did to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Probably dominate second half.
Dominate second half. And I'm going to say 2 of their goals will be tap-ins from a yard.
Yep. Yeah, but, mate, that's not really... You can't... I mean, that's not...
No, it is,
I mean?
mate. It's a brave prediction. I'm predicting one of them won't be a tap-in from a yard.
That's right. I like that one. And an Argentine will definitely be on the score sheet. Will you put that one in there?
Look at that. What have we got? What are we covering now? We've got Sergio, Gonzalo.
Sergio. Yeah, we've got Otamendi.
Nico.
Sounds like a car. Yeah. Yeah, we've got Nico around the back there. And,
mate, you know how surnames reflect...
Getting my Otamendi.
You know how surnames reflect professions, right?
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
It's probably... What does that fellow over there? Otamendi.
Otamendi something. He worked with my father. He worked with my father for many years. He was very greasy man. He's over there if you want him. Don't ask for Otamendi. Otamendi and Sons. Yeah. Let's go. He needs it.
We Mendy your Otto.
They got Mendy. He needs a bit of mending. So maybe he should go to Otto Mending.
Oh, yeah, Mendy does need mending.
He does need mending.
He'd be inappropriately named football players.
Otto Mendy.
Mate, another one another one for your appropriately named 11. Dix. Yes. Julian Dix.
Julian Dix. Has there ever been another Dick as Dicky as Julian Dix? Well, there was Dixon. He came close, I guess.
Son of a Dick, I guess. Yeah, he can go in.
Yeah. Dixon, you know that. Yeah, Dixon. Yeah. Both London.
Son
London,
of a Dick.
All right. Dick. Richard. And then they tried to disguise it with saying, well, Richard also means Dick. You know, really, I explain that, please,
Julian
to
Richard.
non-English people. You know, yeah, my name's Richard. So Dick, yeah? yeah. Yeah, you can call me Dick, I guess. All right, thanks. It's good. It's good to have a, not need to make an excuse for calling someone a dick. You know, it's just your name, mate. Yeah.
Indeed.
Mate. All right. And then lurking in the shadows, in the background, like what's happening? Man City and Liverpool are at the bar. Yeah, they're sitting at the bar. They're having a nice chat. They've just sort of, ding, hey, you're having a nice drink today. Yeah, yeah, I'm having a good drink. It's very good. It's nice to be here. It's my first one of the night. I'm ready for the season. Let's go. Who's on the slot machines around the back there? He's always there by himself. He's I think that's Tottenham. I think all right. It's Tottenham over there, is it? Oh, that's good. Yeah. They're just they're here. They're in the bar. They're there, but they're not touching anyone at all.
And they found their little nook. They found their little nook.
Absolutely.
It's not a slot machine because that would require putting money in. We're more like in it's like a large pub, like one of them family pubs, and we're in the kids' creche area, building stuff with the Lego that other kids would like to play with, but we've kind of monopolized the Lego over in the corner, and are building something that we're not quite ready for you to look at it yet, though.
Right, okay. So get away, yeah. Okay, yeah. I suddenly
interesting analogy. This
it's not too bad.
Huddersfield are a really, really drunken man slumped over in a corner. That's what Huddersfield are in your analogy.
They're constantly trying to get up, but they've been drinking since midday.
No. They've given up getting up, mate. They're just firmly asleep somewhere. Cardiff are pretty alert and attempting to get up. Fulham as well. But Huddersfield, they're down.
All three of them, they're in the same booth.
Occasionally Huddersfield makes a noise, it shat itself at some point, I think. But it's true.
It's true. And Cardiff keeps wanting to go to the toilet, but Fulham keeps grabbing him by the shirt, going, "Nah. You stay here, mate.
More drinking.
You ain't going." Nah, more drinking before you go toilet in. I know what's going to happen, mate. You might slip out the window. Nah, not having any of that. Transfer window's gone, so you're not slipping out of any windows out the back through the toilet.
West Ham are fairly drunk, but have done.
Are they on the dance floor?
No. They're fairly.
It's the only one.
No. Listen,
No?
with a little posse, they're drinking with your Evertons and your Leicester Cities, but they have done some stuff they're really not proud with some people from lower down.
No, fair enough.
You know, and you don't mention that weekend in Wimbledon to West Ham. No. You don't. You don't talk.
Well, I mean, you could. I mean, I'm sure they'd.
No.
You know. No. No. Not in front of inappropriate crowds. Mate, enough of those analogies, for God's sake. We've got a podcast to finish off here, and I know where you're going with this. We could end up like doing this all the way through. Nonetheless, I would like to say that I do think Tottenham could also be at the slot machines, but I suddenly thought maybe they're behind Chelsea. Chelsea are playing on the slot machine. They're the ones putting all the money in, and they're just looking over their shoulder, kind of going, "I see what you're doing. I see it, and I'm learning."
Oh, you got a big fat one coming. Let's
just wait until you go to the toilet, and I might stick a cent in.
Yes.
Mate, Tottenham have got Leicester this Sunday for a very big match. Pochettino is unhappy at the timing of the match because of the Borussia Dortmund match at midweek. Has he got a point? I think
generally speaking, he does have a point. And I think when you see the French, Spanish and German leagues putting games on Friday nights or Saturday afternoons in order to give their teams a better chance to be in the Champions League, which is an advertisement for their league. And by doing that, you're actually making it more difficult for them in the league, but easier for them in the Champions League because, you're actually shortening the time between the Champions League appearance and the league appearance. So you're actually making the league more difficult. Yeah, I think he has got a point. What I don't like about that is someone asked Pochettino if he'd complained, and he said, "No, I'm not in charge," which is exactly the Tottenham way of thinking, which is, I can't do anything about it, and so I'm not. But and in a way, you're kind of right. But you telling me that Fergie, Mourinho, even Wenger didn't, stick their head round the door of the FA and whinge. Just
sure.
Moan and
or
complain.
tell one of their guys at the club, at the hierarchy, to go and make a complaint or put a formal complaint in. But you almost feel like someone probably came up to Pochettino and said, yeah, I get you, because he's at the pub. Here he is again, Pochettino with all the FA, and they're all there, and with the other managers as well. And he's complaining a lot about this. And then, and then Guardiola goes, did you put in a complaint? And Pochettino's like, no, why should I bother?
What's
and
the point?
It
They're
is.
not going to change it.
Not going to do it. But, mate, look, with the same token, Man United have got PSG on the Tuesday. So, Saturday to Tuesday or Sunday to Wednesday is the same amount of days. It's, it's happened for them as well. I don't know. I haven't looked into when PSG are playing, if they're playing today, Saturday, or any of the other teams as well. So, I don't really know. But both of them are being a bit hard done by on this one. And I'm with you on that one. They should do more about it. More crap, obviously, as well in regards to the stadium. Well, it was supposed to be Arsenal.
It's not open, all right? Get over it. Move on.
It's not going to happen.
It's not open. It's never opening.
Just a final little thing here with the whole Pochettino saga. I don't know if you saw this or not, but there was a report saying that Pochettino was spotted with Jesus Perez, Zinedine Zidane, and David Beckham in a restaurant in London the other night. And it's quite interesting, obviously, because of the whole Real Madrid link in that sense. Pochettino came out and said that it was complete coincidence that he was not actually there to meet them as well. So you can kind of believe it. They went to the same restaurant. These, often the hierarchy of footballing teams and nations end up going to the same places.
What language was Zinedine Zidane and David Beckham talking to each other in?
Mate, David Beckham doesn't speak many languages, does he? Barely speaks English.
I think
So
Spanish.
does he speak a bit of Spanish? He was there for 4 or 5
Like,
seasons,
have you
wasn't he?
ever
So,
seen Zidane speak English ever? I don't think
no,
Zidane speaks
good
English.
point. Yeah. Mate, I was in Korea for 4 or 5 seasons. I didn't learn much as well of the Korean, so who knows?
I think Spanish. Either that, or Bex is just sitting in the corner, just on his Instagram, like not doing much.
Nodding whenever Zidane tries to speak to him in Spanish. Yeah. Jesus Perez said, "Look in the corner, and there's 2 people with 2 people more. They came to say hello, and we spent 2 minutes talking with each other." It sounds like the kind of thing that
in twos.
Yeah, you'd write that in the Bible, wouldn't you? That's the kind of thing that Jesus said, and Jesus said, "Look in the corner to the 2 people with the 2 more people, and they came to say hello, and we spent 2 minutes talking with each other."
And then we did go upon our ways. Mate,
Me with my cane and him with his dog. Yeah.
I know, mate. I'm a little bit worried about that, to be honest with you. And I suspect that Bex is trying to tap him up for his Miami franchise.
He's not going to go to bloody Miami, though, is he?
Mate. Just let me give you the pitch.
Okay.
I'll give you the pitch, and you see if you want to go. All right?
Okay, go. Give it to me.
Hello, Jason. Would you like to come to Miami and run my football team?
Sorry.
Yeah, that's it, done.
Go on.
No, that's it. Oh, so hang on. Let me do it again. Hello, Jason. I'm David Beckham, famous footballer and former England captain. Would you like to come to Miami and run my football team?
I'm not going to your Ami. I'm not going to his Ami. I'm not going to anyone's Ami.
Hey!
All right.
You would be on that plane so fast.
Straight off. Mate, I am not Pochettino.
True, that's why you'd go.
Yeah, exactly. You're pitching it to me, that's fine. I would. I'd be right there straight away. Look, I got a wife and kids, but you know what? They're asleep.
Don't worry, I will pay for them to come too.
Oh, thanks, David. I'll manage your team.
What are they called? The Miami Benders?
Well, they're not the Dolphins, are they? Because the Dolphins are somewhere else.
With Bend It Like Beckham, surely they're the Miami Benders.
Benders. I love it. Miami Benders. Bring it on.
Especially in Miami. That's a place.
That's the title of this one. You'd imagine there to be a number of interesting individuals on that team, wouldn't it? Because there's a huge mix.
Mate, I'm seeing an LGBT flag-coloured uniform, just like a rainbow from top to bottom.
Straight off. Beautiful. Yeah.
Oh, mate, I want to manage this team. Benders, mate, but get in here.
It's also very drug-ridden as well, though. Come on, you're getting people being tested all the time. You can't come into the stadium until you get tested, and that's that.
I'd have a couple of Cubans.
Yeah, there you go. You got a couple of Cubans around the back? Yes. Nice. It's something that...
Mate, sorry, I'm going to spend the rest of this podcast mentally managing the Miami Benders. Sorry.
You go for it, mate. You go for it. They said the weather's beautiful down there. Sounds good to me, apart from the occasional hurricane that comes out and wipes out the entire nation. But apart from that, it's great. Mate, all right, look, enough of that. Tottenham, give us a prediction on Tottenham against Leicester. I know you hate doing these things, but really, Tottenham should be comfortable with this, shouldn't they? They should. Leicester are one of those teams that you can't quite tell. They're a bit of a Wolves at the moment. Sometimes they'll come in and they'll put in a good performance and they'll get a result. Not so much put in a good performance, but at least get the results. And you'd never really sort of know. But can you see Leicester coming to Wembley and getting anything out of this match?
With Slabhead and the Rat around, anything can happen.
Oh! It's a party.
It sounds like a Nickelodeon cartoon, doesn't it? Slabhead and the Rat.
Slabhead and the Rat.
And with Kane and Ali out, could happen. Mate, I really, really want to go Tottenham to go the whole season without drawing. Because, Arsenal had the invincible season.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And then we could be the undrawables.
The undrawable. How can you be an Okay, undrawable. Yeah, I'll buy that for $1. Excuse me, mate. Yeah, absolutely. It's mate, I was actually going to say, and I'm sorry to say this, but I really, if somebody asked me to put some money on it, I could see a 0-0 draw for this match.
Oh,
I really could. I really could. You know, we did this at the World Cup as well, remember? Like, because we didn't have a draw for absolutely ages. And we kept speculating on which was going to be the game. And which one was it? Who was it that got the first draw?
it was France-Denmark, wasn't it?
France. It was, yeah, against Ericsson. Yeah, it was you. It was you guys. It was your bloody team. Anyway, Ericsson represents Tottenham Spursies. I'm going for a 0-0, mate. That's my prediction.
Horrible. Absolutely horrible. I do predict
Come on, then. Give us a prediction.
My prediction, it'll be really, really hard work. Like it's
really, really hard work. You do this often. Whenever I ask you for a score, you're like, nah.
No, correct. Move on.
All right, no, move on, mate. Let's move on to the other match, which is really there's two matches really which are involved in the Champions League places. Fulham take on Manchester United. Mate, Andre Schurrle and Cyrus Christie are back from injury, but really, can anyone stop the Solskjaer juggernaut, or as I like to call it, Solskjaer's jugs?
Okay, I don't think we needed the visual there. I fully expect the Ole Gunnar Sol show doesn't work to go on, and I'm saying 5-1 even Pogba. 5-1 even Lukaku scored. That's what I'm saying.
Craven Cottage? Good Lord, right. Even Lukaku's getting on it. Wow.
Yeah,
all right. Mitrovic, obviously, to get the Fulham goal.
Oh, absolutely.
This is crunch time for Man United, isn't it? Because especially they've got PSG coming up, but then they've got Chelsea, and it's looking heated between Chelsea and Manchester United and Arsenal for that last spot in the Champions League space. I mean, you probably hate me for saying it, right? Because now I've almost put the touch on saying Tottenham is actually going to be a definite nailed on for third here. But that last spot in the Champions League place, mate, it's going to go between the three of them. And that match against Chelsea, that's going to be one heck of a game. I can't wait to see that one.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. But I fully expect Manchester United to win that. And I think you're going to move on to the Arsenal game. And they're playing a drunken, dilapidated bloke who hasn't stood up for a little while. One of the interesting things about this is Arsenal nearly always concede. I think Arsenal actually have something like the worst away record in terms of goals conceded. And Fulham have the worst – sorry, not Fulham. Huddersfield have the worst home record in terms of goals scored. So, like, basically, Huddersfield don't score at home and Arsenal don't keep a clean sheet. So one of those things has got to go.
Right, finally. About blimmin' time. If the Premier League was for anything, it's for breaking these horrible records. I feel bad for new boss Jan Stewart. He's just he's been escorted into a bucket of shit, hasn't he? Really? I mean, let's not beat around the bush on that one. He's been given a real horrible job there.
He's the the really hardened, depressed, browbeaten wife who's been called into the pub to take her missus home and just has no hope of doing it by herself at all.
Poor chapess. Dear, it's not happening. All right, so that's Huddersfield versus Arsenal, mate. It's obviously Arsenal complete favourites for winning this one, and I'm gonna go with the grain and say a 2-0 win. But I just can't see poor old Huddersfield.
I fancy Huddersfield to score. I'm going 2-1.
Of course you would. 2-1, okay.
2-1. No, I think even Arsenal will win this one. Oh God, I'd love it if they lost.
Oh my goodness, that would be nuts. That's almost would be mate, at the bottom, we've got a couple of matches. Crystal Palace against West Ham. Zaha is out. Nasri is out. Arnautovic is out. It's just going to be boring, isn't it?
Gone. All the fun's gone.
Yeah.
Well, Felipe Anderson's still in, and I think he'll be the deciding factor. I thought West Ham were quite good against Liverpool.
Hmm.
Roy's boys will miss Zaha. I fancy the Spammers to win that one. I'm going to go with a 2-1.
A 2-1 again. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, mate. I'm gonna go for an exciting draw. I'm gonna go for a 2-all here. I think it's gonna be a ding dong. Even without those players, you almost think that someone's got to step up to it. And it'll end up being riddled with mistakes.
Milivojevic.
Of course, he'll score a penalty. Yes. Mil-
Milivojevic.
yeah.
Shit.
Who was the Australian captain that they had there who sort of filtered
with the beard?
With the beard? Yep.
He's a beautiful man. Oh, I forgot.
Yeah. Mate, the World Cup. You loved him.
I loved it. Miller Yank. Oh God.
There's also another Millie Somethinovic.
Oh, it is. Oh God. What's his bloody name?
I don't know. You look him up. I'm going to move on.
You do it.
Mate, the other game, Brighton Hove and the Albanians against Burnley. I mean, we've got a couple of real 6-pointers down there today. Brighton Hove Albanians against Burnley is obviously an extreme 6-pointer there. Brighton finally back to something along the... Jedinak. There he is. I'll give you a Jedinak. Yeah. He was a beautiful man. You're right. That beard. Brighton Hove and the Albanians against Burnley. Mate, it's obviously an extremely fascinating match down at the bottom there as well. Burnley, Sean Dyche against a Brighton team that's really starting... Well, you think it's okay. They're sort of delving back into trouble. They've had a terrible run, but they've just managed to get a couple of
Brighton
things.
Your extremely boring friend who's quietly got drunker than you realise off in the corner, and I know I don't really care about him.
He's not saying anything interesting at all. But mate,
he's there every week. He's there every week. Consistently turns up. He's respectable. He doesn't do himself any harm. But let's face it, he's never going to be playing with the big boys at the bar.
No, he isn't. He'd like to try and come. Sometimes he's in the back. Hello.
He always bets around. He always pays for his round, but not much more than that.
Mate, you're going to have to ask me about the final one. Well, final one. We're going to final one. We've got a couple of mid-table matches with Watford versus Everton. I think it's
tasty.
It is tasty.
Watford versus Everton is tasty because your lookalike and compatriot, one of the Silvers, I can't remember which one.
Marcus,
yes, Marco. Mark Bush.
For Mars. Mark over Mars.
Over Mars. He's going back to the club that he deserted.
That's right. Deserted, I like.
Mate, Everton versus Watford is a couple of lads who've both had a bit too much, and both should know better, swinging some fisticuffs at each other. And now us, as a collective in the pub, have gone, let them have at it. I want to watch this.
Nah. Yeah, not getting involved, mate. No, don't get involved, guys. Don't. Let them go for it, all right? They might have to step outside. And they might have to step outside for this one. This could, I mean, not much needle between the supporters on this one, but it's just got some ingredients there, doesn't it? It's got some ingredients. I fancy Silva to do one, here. Because
mate, you are so loyal to the Portuguese. Everton are in horrible form, mate. I reckon you could score from a corner against Everton right now. Mate,
it's true that their set pieces are absolutely terrible. They're no one seems to be able to. I mean, who is this? Is the manager, the coach, the staff, the supporting staff? It's the backroom coach. You would imagine that Silva should surely be doing something on the dressing board to try to solve this before he goes into training with his backroom staff. this is what we're going to do. These are the problems that we're having. We're defending these corners zonally. It's not working. We're defending them marking them, and it's not working. What do we got to do? How are we going to do it? How do other teams do it? Let's put something together. Let's put a plan together, and let's find out what's going on and what we're doing. Because it's not working, is it? It's just.
Mate, I think what you've just said is what he's doing. I think he stood there going, so someone's got to know, like, you got to imagine, like, one of you knows how to head the ball or, like, mark the zone and do it. I don't know what to do. What have you worked out? I haven't got a clue.
It's just the kind of thing I would do. And I'd get there and I'd be like, you know what? I'm not doing it. You guys, you sort it out with the team, all right? I'm going for a cup of tea. I'll see you later, all right? I expect this sorted by the time I get back. Yeah, no, it is. It's a tasty, tasty game. And I can't imagine the reception that he'll get going back to Watford. I should imagine it'll be fine.
I think it might go something a little like this.
Boo! Or there'll be lots of clapping. Thanks for the job you did here.
Yeah.
Mate, in the last podcast, we were talking about English supporters and how fun it is to see and watch.
Every Watford fan who's got a ticket for that match, every single one of them is waiting, waiting to go 2-0 up. To go 2-0 up and go, what's the score? What's the score? Silver, what's the score?
Mate, what other ones could they invent? I'm sure they're probably in
that's all they
now.
Want.
Oh, it's a bit early. It's not. They wouldn't go.
Like
now.
Maybe they would do. I know, Champions League. You're having a laugh, like something like that.
Yeah. Mate, there's going to be a lot of. And the thing is, with Silva, his grasp on English is not bad, but he's not English, right? So he won't get a lot of these chances anyway. They'll go straight over. But
mate, there'll be some bastard in the Everton changing room who explains them to him.
Yeah, totally. Mate, and then they said
feelings.
And then they said that you wouldn't get into the Champions League, mate. It was funny.
You have to give it to them. They are witty. Oh.
Hey,
so,
you're
what
supposed to be my backroom staff. Why are you, what's going Mate, it's going to be a good match. The other one is Wolves versus Newcastle. That's on Monday night. That should also be a bit of a tasty one. And we'll have to see how that one pans. Wolves, obviously, off the back of a couple of really good results over the last couple of weeks, and Newcastle just sort of slipping, into something of showing of
something resembling form.
Resembling form, yeah, but still, you can't look past Wolves for this one, can you? Really, for a straight win. 2-3-0, maybe 3-1, something like that.
No, I don't know. I feel like a 1-0 maybe. Because Newcastle will defend.
Right.
And defend. Is that fella they bought from the MLS going to play?
Well, I mean, it's about bloody time. He was he even on the bench in the last game? I thought
Almiron, is that his name?
Almiron, yeah. But I think he was maybe just too late to play in the last game. Surely he should play this time. But it's not really the best game for him to come into, is it? Away to Wolves. Then again, Higuain away to Bournemouth. You would have thought that would have been okay. Look what happened there. Hello. Did fuck all. Mate, as you can probably tell, I've been dying to get onto this last game because it is the last game that we're going to be looking at, and it's obviously the last game of the weekend, and it is Southampton versus Cardiff. And
tasty
for Southampton fans. And
mate,
I've been
that's a relegation 6-pointer.
Mate, it is a £6 million pointer, mate. It's a huge one, really, because you would imagine that between Fulham and Huddersfield pretty much nailing on the two spots at relegation. Obviously, things can happen and Fulham can still get out of it. But it would be between Cardiff, Southampton, Crystal Palace. I don't think West Ham are going to be dragged back in there, but Newcastle, of course, and Burnley. And, it's
Brighton.
just...
Brighton might still be dragged in.
You think so?
Maybe.
We'll have to see. But Yeah, Brighton on their current run of form, obviously. Yes, I'm with you on that one. And you know what? The more we drag down in there, the better it'll be.
The more fun it'll be for everybody in the bottom part of the toilets of the pub.
Yes, that's right. Well, we're all in the toilets at the moment, all six of us. And we're all there going, why are these other guys having such a laugh and a giggle and we're not having a good time? We've got to sort it out. Let's go out there, all of us at the same time, and just take the trophy. Or let's take it, run out the pub. All right, see what they do, see what they say. You know, Burnley's there. Sean Dyche going, you got to be kidding. It's not going to happen. It's going to... Sean, sort it out, yeah? Okay. The voice thing's just not... It hasn't worked for ages. Not going to start working now.
Mate, where is it? Where is this game?
It's at St Mary's. It's at St Mary's.
Okay.
I mean, we have to win. We have to win. Southampton have to win. It's just one of these matches that, you know, Danny Ings unfortunately is out with a hamstring injury now for 3 weeks. But Danny Ings, he's a good player, and I like him very much, you know. But he's just been injured a little bit too much this season. It's his sort of reintroductory season back into you know Premier League life, Premier League football, away from Liverpool. He wasn't able to get the chance. He came down to Southampton. He's definitely a quality striker, the likes that we need, and are very appreciative of the fact that he's here, but he's just been injured a little bit too much. And I believe we've got this loan is a loan to with option to buy. So I have a feeling, sadly, that, you know, Ings may very well have played possibly not his last game, but like, you know, we'll see how he is with his injuries. But that means that we will have the ever reliable 2 goals in 75 matches Shane Long up front. And you know, when in doubt, and when you're in the toilet, and when you need a mate, when you need someone to really step up the plate and hold your dick for you whilst you take a piss,
Shane Long.
Shane Long's your man right there.
It is.
So
good luck,
fingers
mate.
crossed.
Good luck with Shane
Mate,
getting you out of the toilet.
I am going to be I'm
Mate,
going to be watching
it's
this.
going to be physical.
And it's going to be
a right physical ding-donger.
And that's just me by myself sitting on the couch watching it. You know, that's how physical it's going to be. It's going to be physical. It's going to be one heck of a match.
I fancy you to win it.
I do as well. That's the scary thing. And that's the scary thing, because all season we've been a bit like, you know, we're going to lose that, we're going to win, or we're going to win it and we win it, we lose it, we lose it, we draw. Like it's been like, obviously, apart from the fact that we've not sort of, you know, we've been a bit disappointing. But that was the bad start through Hughes. Now we've got Hasenhüttl's in here. He's revitalized the club, reinvigorated the players. It seems to be picking back up again, and you know, there's a lot of good positive vibes and feeling behind Hasenhüttl. There really is. I mean, I haven't seen anything like this for a coach here ever. I think, you know, having a coach come in and suddenly they're given, you know, all the backing, all the support that they need, and the positivity around the place is immense. You know, even the darkest, dingiest cynics are actually saying, well, at least give him a chance, you know, and all this stuff. So results have not been win, you know, as much as the Southampton supporters would like it to be. But they've been good. You know, they've been good and they've been solid. We are still in it, and if we lose to Cardiff, we're back in the relegation zone. So we're not out of the woods at all. And it's something that you know, every single Southampton supporter knows. But this match, I can't tell you, the buzz around Southampton is huge. Anyway, thanks for the yawn halfway through the house. All right. Mate, let's wrap up. Wrap up with a yawn,
finished.
Shall we?
He's finished. Sorry.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for listening in. That's our preview of the Premier League, of this weekend's Premier League. It's going to be a fantastic watch. Definitely, obviously, keep your eyes out for the great matches of Manchester City against Chelsea on Sunday afternoon. Liverpool there with Bournemouth and Spurs, Leicester, which is going to be the first 0-0 draw of Leicester's and Spurs campaign. Yep, it's going to happen. But yeah, lots of fights at the bottom, lots of fights in the middle, and lots of juicy fights at the top as well.
Man,
for me, Jason,
pubs. Trying to get out
lots
pubs
of them.
in the toilet.
Say adieu, Monsieur Le Hooker.
Adieu, Monsieur Le Coeur.
That was very well done. That was good. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
3, 4.